was, this one, nice, Jacob, was not his father, my brother's father. That's another story. Very hard, that story.
Jacob was not.
He was a half-brother, basically?
No, where I told you about how the Mennonites women, he would always tell his women they had to go, the Amish and the Mennonites, they would always go work in people's homes and stuff to make money. And usually they cooked and they cleaned and everything, and everybody wanted them because they were good workers and honest and all that, So he would tell his girls that they had to go down and work at the shore in the summertime, make some money. And they'd all go down to the shore and work at these places. They were like that time, bed and breakfast places, like that place I told you about, Ocean Grove.
Right.
That's where they went. They went there, most of them, to work for these tourists that come in for the summer. And this particular place where they would go was like you could stay there, and you also would get your meals and all. And you could have been a workman that came there to build some houses or something. There was work there, and they came there, and they were staying at these places while they were working there. Because my mother and my mother's sister, she had one sister that was a little younger than her. The two of them would go down there and work.
Okay.
And anyway, my mother, and we were never told of any of this. She never ever discussed it at all. Never told us what happened. I don't know if she was raped. I don't know if she was willing. I don't know if she had a boyfriend or she met somebody down. My mother was very, very pretty and would make these beautiful lace dresses that she would wear and everything. And I went, and nobody knows to this day, it went with her when she died. She would not ever discuss it.
Your sister didn't know either then? Sister? Nobody knew, huh?
The sister that was living there with her, went down there with her. I got her one time, and I said, tell me what happened with my mother.
Right.
And
She would
said,
be the one to know, probably, right?
Right, of course, she was there. And I said, what happened with my mother? And she said, well, they were very close about it. She said, all three of us would go for walks all the time after we get done doing the dishes in the evening. It was still light. We'd take a walk down the boardwalk and all of it with this man. Evidently, he was living there also and working. Well,
okay.
we figured that. Don't even know for sure. But she said he was very nice, and we would just talk and walk around and everything. And then pretty soon, she said, your mother and him would go off by themselves. And she said, that's all I know. That's all she would talk about. That's all I know.
Was he a married man?
Mm-hmm.
Was he married?
Nobody knows. Sue, Larry's wife, Sue, of course, knows all this, and has said all along that she thought he probably was, and that somehow my mother never told anybody anything, but Larry said, Sue said that Larry told her that our mother told him that his father lived in Ohio. That's all she said.
Oh. So Larry is...
So he knew. He might have known.
Larry is only...
No, he wouldn't. My dad was a sweetheart of a man. My dad took him in and he took the name nice and everything. I don't know if it was
Is this Larry?
Legal.
Is this Larry you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh.
And my father married my mother.
Yeah.
And took him in, and he was just little then.
Oh, this was before they were married.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, sure. And my dad, I don't know if he ever legally, I'm sure he did back then. He just took him in and he became part of the family. And he should have been probably a Bergie, which my mother was a Bergie.
Right.
So he probably should have been a Bergie, Berge, but he
Changed his name with her.
Nice. Yes.
With her, right?
Yeah,
When she
right.
got married, he changed his name
right.
too.
Became Nice, N-I-C-E. There was a lot of Nices in the Mennonite deal. It came to the Mennonite church.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them spelled it N-Y-C-E. And then you had us, we spelled it not N-I-C-E. But anyway, I didn't know anything about it. But when I was about, 11 years old or something like that, some gal, I think it was in the Mennonite church, some gal that we were playing outside and some girl said to me, "Your brother is not your brother." See how the parents talked, you know.
Mm-hmm.
See,
You didn't know?
No, I didn't
Okay.
know.
So you were just confused when they said
I got
that?
mad. What do you mean? I thought it is too my brother. And she said, "No, it's not your brother." And I said something to my mother, and my mother just shifted off. She said, "Oh, they don't know what they're talking about. Don't know."
Mm.
But then my brother wanted to go in the service, and he had to have a birth certificate. And somehow she had a birth certificate, which I never saw. But I heard that what happened when this happened, evidently, she was working for a family that was down there to make money and had this hotel restaurant deal. And no bar. It was no bar. A restaurant and hotel. And she was working with them, for them. And so when it come fall, for them all to go back home, because that place closed down in the fall. And they were all to go home. She didn't go home. There's people that owned that business, they went back to their home in New Jersey, somewhere, and took her along.
Huh.
And she stayed with them and had the baby somewhere in New Jersey. There was a birth certificate somehow.
In New Jersey?
Of a hospital in Jersey. I never saw it.
Did maybe the birth certificate listed the father's name, or no?
No, it said
No.
Baby Berge. Her name was Berge. So, in those days, now it wouldn't be anything, but both then it was terrible.
Right, she probably...
Terrible. And her own sister, she had an older sister that married somebody. I can tell you about him too. The one that she married, the Bishops. Anyway, when she told my brother one time, and my brother got mad, told her, well, at least I didn't come home from the shore with a baby, stuff like that.
Right.
That's the things that you got that people would hurt you with.
Mm-hmm.
And they were really, could really be nasty. And the thing, that church, never really accepted Larry, I don't think.
So how many years was it from the time she had the baby, Larry, to the time she married
I really don't
your
know.
dad?
I never knew. I don't know. Well, I have a picture somewhere of when they got married. But, this is their wedding picture right here. This one was their wedding picture. But I don't know. The way I understand, my dad just took over with raising him. And he had some problems with my brother. My brother went through the teen years.
Where's the wedding picture?
He was their wedding picture.
I can't see anything. This is ridiculous. Okay.
The Berge farm was on the other side of the bridge, and came right up to our farm. Only the road and the bridge was between there, and
There's no 276.
there was quite a bit of land over there. So the
0.7
road
miles
would
turn
come down
right.
and run along
There's
here,
no
and there was a big field
Left.
which was right by
I-276 East.
Meadow.
Keep left.
Well,
276
my
East.
mother's sister, older sister, the one that said I don't come home with a baby, her husband was into all kinds of crazy stuff. And he had a produce farm and chickens, and he was was always a big shot. And we would look up to them. They were the Bergies up on the hill. We were the poor nices down in the valley.
You stay on
So,
276.
anyway, their
Yeah,
farm was up.
176.
Everybody's farm
No.
seemed to
Huh?
touch. And he had his farm up
276
in the hill.
east.
So he went and got some
76.
really,
South there.
not
Philadelphia.
they
We
weren't
stay on
really farm
276.
horses. But he wanted to
left
be a
on
big
276.
They bought these
Left
great
on
big
276.
horses
What?
that never
He
really
left
worked
on
a farm.
277.
And they were like from Egypt or somewhere, I don't know.
Yeah.
And probably like the Budweiser horses,
Oh, yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that. So anyway,
Show horses.
you're right. So anyway, he decided that he was going to plant. He didn't have enough land to plant corn or something, and he was going to use that field. Now I don't know who was living there. That he might have rented the land from whoever new person bought it, but it was the Berge farm, and so he put this field in of grain. Well, in order to get to that field, they would come down the hill with the plow and these wild horses and walk past our barn and out our lane here. They would come down here, past the barn, go out here, down the road, down another road, over to the land they were working on. They were there to plow it or something. And so one day, everybody was here. My Uncle Nels and my brother, and we were older then. And